is a brief message just before we start the feature film. You know, everyone that watches my films, you know, or watches my videos, understands this is all for the love of the game. This is all for the love of the boxing game. Boom. So how can you look at this or look at things like this as a boxing fan and say you have love for the game while you know this man became silver champion in 2017 and the mandatory #1 has been waiting damn near 3 years to get a title shot, and you'll defend current champion for wanting to drop the WBC belt because he doesn't want to fight him. That type of fanboy energy needs to change in the sport. People need to start calling it down the middle. Be fucking real with boxing. Be real with your fucking self. Maybe it'll help you look in the mirror a lot easier. Cause I know Mauricio Suliaman is struggling trying to do that. I don't want y'all to have to either. Even though I know y'all didn't make the decision that Mauricio made. But if you feel for Mauricio and the decision, and you back in Fury's words, and if they turn into actions, you ain't no better than Mauricio, Suliaman, The Practice, or anybody else involved in the situation. Fuck it. Let's go.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
This movie is rated R. It contains some nudity, some violence,
I will rise again.
and mild language. Showtime suggests viewer discretion.
For February 2021.
He beat Robert Helenius in 2017 in October. I think he became the WBC #1 the following month when the rankings were updated, but he still hasn't got a shot at the main champion. It becomes very difficult to convince the casual fan as to why that is.
Being #1 does not necessarily mean that you are the mandatory contender.
I'm so through with this
WBC title.
I'm always
Dillian Whyte has
fan for life, but I'm sick and fucking tired of this bullshit!
And the fans need to put pressure on Mauricio Suliaman to
point victory by the San Francisco 40.
What the fuck, man?
Mauricio,
God, shit!
Top 5,000 stacks, depending on what club I'm at that night. I make more money in the club than some of you rappers do for a performance. A lot of people are getting their feelings hurt tonight because I'm talking that talk while my jewelry is swinging and my Rolex is clean.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Oh shit. Yeah. Oh shit. Do. Stand the fuck up.
This ain't Nickelodeon, this is pay-per-view. Y'all gave a young nigga a chance to make $100 million.
Holy fucking shit!
Y'all got me fucked up if y'all think I'm about to lose.
Fury.
I'm about to beat this motherfucking ass on God now. And I don't know who NM is, man.
How dare you?
Boxing is in a state of fucking emergency. What's up, fight fans? It's your man 3K the Boss, aka Mr. Two Hands Up. Fight. You already know what it is, man. Alright, so Dillian Whyte has finally had enough. He sues the WBC. Single most deserving fighter out there. When it comes to a shot at the heavyweight title, Whyte has been WBC mandatory for the longest time. He is the interim WBC champion, and he has done everything asked of him in the ring. But still, Whyte has kept waiting and waiting and waiting.
Hey, Sosa. Let's get this straight now. I never fucked anybody over in my life. Didn't have it coming to me. You got that? All I have in this world is my balls and my word. And I don't break them for no one. You understand? That piece of shit up there, I never liked him. I never trusted him. For all I know, he had me set up and had my friend Angel Fernandez killed. But that's history. I hear he's not. You want to go on with me? Just say it. You don't? Then you make a move.
Holy fucking shit!
Now, hearing how the current WBC champion Tyson Fury will fight Deontay Wilder next in a third fight, and then go into not one, but two mega fights with Anthony Joshua, Whyte is utterly frustrated, wondering just when his time will come. As it is, Whyte must be given a shot at the WBC belt by the end of February 2021. But if Fury fights Joshua next year in the unification fight,
this is all wrong.
With the WBA, IBF, WBO ruler, Joshua, what then? Whyte has now decided it's time to take legal action against the WBC, as President Mauricio Suliaman has confirmed to Sky Sports. There is a procedure with regards to the date of the mandatory in the heavyweight division.
Oh, shit.
Upon direct advice of the
again.
WBC legal
Worst
counsel,
place in the world.
I'm not in position to discuss anything further. Suliaman said. Absolutely everyone with a fair mind knows British heavyweight Dillian Whyte is the one.
He beat Robert Helenius in 2017 in October. I think
You heard him. You never give me a fair shake. HBO need to fire you. You don't know shit about boxing.
Bro, you really making me mad.
I kill you.
You got to be the most crooked dude
I kill you.
I've ever seen. Your whole thought process is scoliosis.
Crooked ass
Cause you
bent
crooked
big.
as hell.
Spooky.
You really making me mad.
Crooked big.
I think he became the WBC #1 the following month when the rankings were updated, but he still hasn't got a shot at the main champion. It becomes very difficult to convince the casual fan as to why that is.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth! Son, we live in a world that has walls, and those walls have to be guarded by men with guns. Who's gonna do it? You? You, Lieutenant Weinberg?
Being #1 does not necessarily mean that you are the mandatory contender.
This is all wrong.
He's a tremendous fighter. He's very loyal. He has expressed that it's his dream and desire to fight only for the green and gold belt.
And 1,000 days later, and still in the #1 position, his desire is still to fight for the green and gold belt for the very first fucking time. You imbecile.
That's been a process, and as I said, I just like to put it behind and concentrate on his status as interim champion.
Yo, you making me so mad. You really making me mad. Crooked letter,
boom.
Crooked letter, slithering snake ass, Suliaman.
Yeet.
What you mean you want to put it behind you? You had nothing in front of you, you fucking retard.
Bingo.
You didn't have nothing in front of you. You didn't have to deal with the plight. You didn't have to deal with watching other scrubs get put ahead of you like Dominic Brazil.
What's up,
like,
titties?
Sloppy Core, Big Van Vader. Extra large Big Van Vader and Tyson Fury. Come on, man.
Yeah.
This man been waiting 1,000 days, B. Put it behind him.
Huh?
This nigga turning rigor mortis as hell. You making me mad. You really making me mad. Crooked letter,
Doofus.
scoliosis,
Doofus.
face.
Boy.
And mandatory contender.
With Wilder undergoing surgery, I think on the bicep, would there be an option to mandate Dillian against Tyson Fury and make that fight now?
The date is February 2021.
You know what's really making me mad? Yeah. You know what's really making me mad? This motherfucker already waited 1,000 days at mandatory and being #1. So how much fucking stock can I really put in the fact that you saying that his mandatory is in February 2021? Other than the fact that he's suing your crooked letter, slithering, Suliaman snake ass.
How dare you?
While the rematch with Fury is a contractual situation that they have, that's their own contract, their own situation
Like my
legally.
shiny metal ass.
Whyte has, like the rest of us, heard talk of the WBC possibly making Fury the franchise champion. Ain't that understandably, the body snatcher does not like the idea of that. Oh, hell no. Bottom line, boom. Whyte deserves his shot at the real title, not a vacant version of it.
How dare
Whyte
you?
wanted to fight Wilder for the longest time.
Listen, Deontay Wilder, where you at? June, where you at, Wilder? Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! I'm ready! Let's get it, Deontay! Let's go!
yet was made to wait. Wilder eventually losing to Fury. Now Whyte is fuming over how he is expected to wait again until Fury's fought Joshua. It's not clear who makes up Whyte's legal team when action will be taken, but it's more than clear that Whyte has had enough.
You can talk about the gloves, you can talk about this. Boy, you got your ass.
Fighters only have a limited time.
Then you start to look like old Beza.
Hell yeah.
If he dies, he dies.
Fatality.
Big fights and be capable of winning them. And here's Whyte, forced to watch many months of his prime years slide on by through zero fault of his own. Whyte's position was forced, of course, muddled somewhat last year when he was embroiled.
Here we go again.
That doping issue. Following his win over Oscar Rivas, Whyte was wrongly accused of having taken an illegal supplement, and his WBC mandatory was suspended. Whyte was, of course, fully cleared of any wrongdoing, but by then, Fury and Wilder had sorted out their rematch, as well as their upcoming third fight.
What's up, fight fans? It's your man 3K the Boss, aka Mr. Two Hands Up. You already know what it is. Alright, man, so I pretty much already gave my closing thoughts on how I feel on the situation. I think it's complete bullshit. You know how they've been railroading Dillian Whyte. So I feel like, yes, he should absolutely go for legal action. I wouldn't fucking take my foot off the gas on Mauricio, the crooked letter, snake slithering Suliaman. You have to do what you gotta do because people are gonna try to play you any old kind of way. And I'm gonna further explain myself because there's so many different dynamics to this situation. Now, if you look at some of the events that have happened to Dillian Whyte, if you look at how many freaking mandatories, how many title eliminators they try to throw his fucking way, try to make him fight second eliminators, the PBC tried to extort him to fight Fury. Now he's dealing with the same shit with with Deontay Wilder. Now he's dealing with the same shit with Tyson Fury. If your mandatory was up on February of 2021, that dude is supposed to get in that ring, or he can crack your head, or you can crack his head. Fuck it. Somebody's gonna have to leave with a crack head in February 2021. There is no more waiting. It's been 1,000 days. I've never seen another heavyweight in history treated like this. And the only reason they doing Dillian Whyte like this because he goes against their agenda and he's a big threat. I truly think they looked at the match with Anthony Joshua and they looked at how it could have been different if Joshua would have been the one rocked to sleep from that shot he got hit with. And he would be the heavyweight champion. They know how threatening this guy is. They don't want to deal with him. And look, that's the problem. You're going to have to deal with the body snatcher, or your title's going to have to get snatched. Point is, hey, man, he's going through a litigation, and I'm not mad at him one bit. Because if you look, the rabbit hole gets fucking deeper. Now, an article just came out 9 hours ago, and I believe it was on Bad Left Hook. It's about to come up. I'm about to duck. That Bob Arum is trying to get Alexander Usyk and Dillian Whyte to fight a freaking eliminator before they fight Joshua and Fury. Now, how does that make sense considering Alexander is a cruiserweight undisputed champion, so he already has his right at a title shot at the WBO as soon as he comes up. Dillian Whyte has already had to do what he had to do, fighting top guy after top guy, and then going in there with Oscar Rivas at that, and having to come out victorious just to get in the position he's in for the eliminator and mandatory position. And that wasn't even the WBC's option. They had to come up with that option for the WBC to finally say, hey, because if they wouldn't have continuously knocked on doors, if Eddie Hearn and Dillian Whyte wouldn't continue to threaten them time and time again, I really don't feel like Dillian Whyte would be in this situation. Shit, we would see freaking cars flying like the Jetsons by the time it probably actually happened. So furthermore, yes, put your foot all up in Mauricio Suliaman's ass. I hope it fucking tears up the foundations of the WBC to make them conduct themselves better, because when a motherfucker says to you that you should just focus on your status as mandatory champion and interim, and you had to fucking bite tooth and nail to get that shit, nah, motherfucker, that shit is equivalent to LeBron James being told to shut up and dribble. Facts, not going for that shit. And Dillian Whyte shouldn't go for it either. And as you can see right here, Bob Arum wants Dillian Whyte and Alexander Usyk to fight each other first before challenging Joshua and Fury for the winner. That's absolute bullshit. Anybody would go for that is absolutely stupid. I really think this guy is trying to hang on to his last brain cell by get out the game, baby. Freaking forward motion. By getting out his bed every frickin' morning and going in the top rank and going to work. That's probably the only thing that's got him hanging on.
I can.
Still hanging on. But yet and still, bullshit is bullshit. I'm done with the bullshit. All you fanboys the champion and say, oh, well, he shouldn't fight Fury anyway because Fury's just gonna beat him. Well, if it's so easy, get in the fucking ring and beat him then. I've already said my thoughts opening. These are my thoughts closing. As we always say at the end of this shit, it costs you nothing to pay a nigga no mind. If you don't see the bullshit in this, you don't see the fucking duckery and the fuckery. I don't know what I said.
I walk this earth like a god. Step right over.
As always. Respect, though.
People are in prison and they do that thing where they mark it like that and then they cross the line after 5. Do you do that on your wall?
I won't have any more space left on the wall.
My feelings are dead. I feel no remorse. Yo. It's a terrible thing.
Yeah!
On the ball!
How did he do that?